What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Cinematic Boys Reviews. Of course, there's two-thirds of your host here, Dakota and Bilal. We are back in the building. Today, we are going to be doing our Cinematic Boys review of Den of Thieves 1. So, Den of Thieves 2 is already out. Bilal has already seen it. I didn't get to see it, though, because I have had a snowstorm where I'm at right now. So, let's just get right into the episode. Of course, the Den of Thieves was released in 2018. It starred Gerard Butler, O'Shea Jackson Jr., 50 Cent. I'm trying to think of all the cast. I thought that was somebody else, but
Who's
50 Cent.
the main guy? Not Gerard Butler, the main crew guy.
Let me look that up real
I
quick.
forgot his name.
So the cast one, or like the actor.
Yeah, the actor. I forgot his name.
Okay, I will look that up. It's Pablo. I don't know how to say his last name. I don't want to butcher it.
I'm just gonna call him Paulo.
I can tell you what he's playing. He plays in First Man, a 13-hour skyscraper. Oh yeah, I think he's one of the bad guys in Skyscraper.
I think so. I recognize his face. Yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Um, but this was released in February in 2018. So let's get right into it. Bilal, when was the first time you watched Den of Thieves 1?
Recently.
So
So
this is
that's
just
so.
right before you.
Yeah, yeah. Just
Okay. So my first time watching this was back in 2018. I remember the trailers being released in theaters for this, and I just happened to walk, I think, in like Walmart that weekend, and I saw on the shelf. I'm like, "Oh, that's the movie I remember all the trailers playing on the
yeah.
TV for. That was supposed to be in theaters in February." So I bought it because at that time I was like buying a movie each week. Mom and Dad will let me, so I bought. That was my week's buy. So I watched it when I got home. I love this movie. Just a little bit right into it. I love this movie. Um, so let's just get right into the review. I could go first real quick where I already have gone to it. Spoiler free, of course, where of course this is a newer movie, lean right into number two. I really enjoy this movie. I love this movie. This is my first rewatch of it, but on that first watch, I will get more into the spoiler section. I was in awe of this movie. But on rewatch, it even got better for me on rewatch. At first, I'm like, okay, maybe it's not going to be better than. There's some things that hit in this. I'm like, holy crap, this movie's actually pretty good. But I don't want to get into a lot more because I think I could talk more in the spoiler section. But Bilal, what is your spoiler free thoughts on this movie?
First of all, this movie is heavily inspired by Heat, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. My man is indeed the man, but Ten Thieves is it's a fun ride. I love the cast in this movie. I think they do a great job in this film. Gerard Butler plays this like really great gangster cop extremely well. O'Shea Jackson Jr. was just so much fun in this movie. Also, 50 Cent was actually really good in this movie. And what's his name? Paulo?
Yeah,
The
Pablo.
well, yeah, I really enjoy his performance too. And I mean, there's some really good intense moments in there. It's a fun ride. It's nothing groundbreaking for me, but I just have a fun time watching it though.
So we're into spoilers now. If you guys haven't watched any of these, this scene is streaming on Max right now. If you're in America, so definitely go
It's
check it on Max.
it's on
What about
Netflix on Canada in Canada.
okay? So if you're in Netflix, or if you're in Canada, watch it on Netflix. If you're in the States, it's on Max for you guys to watch right now.
I am
But
Netflix.
you are Netflix, so
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 sorry,
you're good.
my bad.
You're good. So get into like spoiler part. So I really want to go straight to this ending
Oh, you
because
want to go straight to the ending? I want to talk about
so
the opening though.
I want to talk about the ending though because I kind of want to do when I first watched this talking about that ending. when we find out. Okay, let's no. Okay, actually, yeah. Let's go back and let's start with the beginning. Let's go to the end. I don't want to like.
It's like the beginning shootout scene was super intense. The music was great. It sets the tone of the film really well. And you see these characters in the crew doing this like shootout in the donut shop. And I thought it was really great. Again, very heat style, which I love. I love the way the gunshots sound in this movie, which is another great thing is the sound design. The gunshots sound real or sound loud, which it should be.
The one scene I really thought that is when when they're in like the gun range,
Yeah.
and it's Pablo and of course Gerard Butler as Big Nick, and they're having that shoot off, and Pablo's character just like drains around to that. I think it's like a paper bullet target. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
Um, the sound design, like you said, of this movie is absolutely amazing. I like the opening scene. I think it really connects to the audience. Like this is going to be a really not only a good heist movie. It looks like it's going to be, but it's going to be very grounded and dark. You can
Yeah.
definitely tell this is going to be the rated R, not your normal type of heist movie that you can get with some PG-13. This is kind of like you said. I haven't watched it, but kind of like what you said with Heat, kind of because I think Heat's rated R, right?
Yeah. Even a little bit of town too. Does it give you a little bit of town vibes? A little.
Yes, I love the town. It kind of did give me some of the
Yeah.
town,
We got
but
to we got to do episode on the town eventually too, though. That's a
oh
great.
yeah, I love the town.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta think of that. We gotta think of a time to put in that episode. But Bilal, is there any more key points that you want to talk about?
Um, Gerard Butler, Ian Donut, during the, you know, I guess during the crime scene was a great introduction to the character Big Nick. I mean, I feel like Gerard Butler brings so much great humor in this film. I think that's another big part of this movie that glues everything together is Gerard Butler's performance because his character Big Nick is like his character isn't a good person whatsoever. We find that out later when his wife wants a divorce because of a text message stuff. But he's an asshole, but you enjoy it. Pause. Gave me like that. Yeah.
So no, what? So kind of like where you're coming from. He's a dirty cop, straight period. This dude is a dirty cop. I think the whole police department of like the special crimes unit is dirty cops because you see it straight off when they take Donnie. They're always strippers.
Yeah, that was wild. Oh yeah, and you
Um,
put Donnie on a chokehold too, bro. That was crazy. Yeah.
but I really like O'Shea Jackson's character as Donnie
Yeah.
a lot in this movie. But
I
I'm
drive.
trying to think what.
I could
Yes,
drive.
the whole driving scene of him and Pablo's character, the introduction of them driving, kind
Yeah.
of reminds me a little bit like of. I don't want to mention
Ooh.
like this franchise in this. It's. I'm gonna go Fast and the Furious a
I
little
was
bit.
going. I was going to actually go with Baby Driver
Ooh, I didn't think of that. Baby Driver. That
or
kind of does.
Drive with Ryan Gosling. Yes, he says I drive too. So then it cuts into a driving scene. So it kind of reminds me of that. You seen Drive, right?
That's one definitely. That's been on my watch list for a little while right now.
Yeah. I'm still trying to find like a Blu-ray for Drive. I cannot find one for some
I
reason.
got the DVD copy for it, but I haven't just watched it yet. I know if you find it, there should be a 4K steelbook roaming around somewhere on some
Okay.
websites. But how many bank robberies are in this? There's the one at the end. Is there any one before that, or is it just the one at the end?
I guess this is one in the beginning, and the whole movie is sort of a setup for the last one in the end in the bank.
When I first watched this, I thought that like the big heist bank robbery was like probably the last 30 minutes. This is literally half of the movie.
Yeah.
But it's you're just so captivated to it. especially like just like getting right into when they first see Donnie and they know the coordinates. Pablo's character has told Donnie, tell him, Gerard Butler, and the cops that we're gonna be at this bank at Friday at a certain time,
Yeah.
and that's because where they saw them in the Japanese hibachi restaurant.
Yeah.
That kind of felt uncomfortable a little bit. I kind of felt like second him, like, oh,
Yeah, yeah, that scene was weird, dude. Um, yeah, but I like the one of the character moments when Big Nick is talking to his daughter during when she's at school. I thought that was a great character moment of him going to the car and breaking down, showing his human side more, and I think that was a good scene in there.
because like you said at the beginning, like this dude, he's big and bad, but of course he's a dad. He's not seeing his daughters, but he kind of knows it's his fault, but he knows because what he has done has messed up his life, kind of.
Yeah.
And I think the only thing that he has left is to stop this whole entire crew from robbing this federal bank of, I think it's LA, right?
Yeah, LA.
But going back to the very end, at the beginning of this big heist scene, I love the kind of like offsets that we get of like they take the girl and they think they kill her
Oh yeah,
and they really
tricking.
don't,
Yeah, that was good.
because that really shocked me at like my first time watching this. I was thinking, how are they going to really, because it kind of goes through us as the viewers mind of kind of like what Big Nick and them are thinking. Like their main thing is the Federal Bank of LA. Like, why are they doing a lesser known bank right now? And it's like the way they don't want to do it, like the way they're coded.
Yeah. Well, I mean, wasn't it like 30 million in the bank gets shredded? Was that the number that you're trying to
Yeah,
go
it's
for?
yeah, because of course what they're trying to go for is all the banks that don't have the codes on them. The security was it
Yeah.
the social, like the little security codes that tracks the money, because the money's still usable, but they can't track it.
Yeah. And they really go over the tracking one, they'll probably get caught. Well, they will get caught with ease.
I think I will save this scene for later when we get to favorite and best scenes. The two scenes. Actually, let's just get right into it because I think my favorite and best scenes are in this ending.
Oh.
Yes. Like during that bank heist and the very like last couple minutes of this movie.
Yeah.
But let's get right into it. Before we do best performance, let's get into our best scenes and stuff. What's the best scene for you in this movie?
I had to say the best scene is the opening. Still, I just love shootout scenes that feel so real, and I feel like that opening scene does that. But it also shows what the crew members screwing up and sort of the consequences of that, because it was a clean job in the donut shop that leads to Big Nick to investigate this crew. So I like how that was connected in there from the opening scene.
So for me, my the best like scene for me is when they're in the actual bank and they're counting like the cases, and the EP that Donnie has shuts the whole power off on the bank,
Yeah.
and he's trying to get out, and they realize that the camera's not working. He's trying to get out, get as much money as he possibly can. Then he gets into the vent,
Yeah.
because the first time, like on rewatch, you know what it's going to happen, but on that first time watch, you're thinking, is he going to get caught? Are they going to actually get away with this? It's
Yeah.
kind of it's kind of like not only action, kind of it's like a thriller a little bit, because like you're on the edge of your seat, predicting, like thinking, are they actually going to get caught or not?
A little bit Mission Possible. You can say that.
Yeah, I was thinking. Does that ever happen? Like kind of like in Heat a little bit.
Yeah, but he is way more intense though. You'll
Okay.
see. Fun thing is, did one of the characters also gets a divorce during the movie, so then in Thieves is pretty much almost beat to beat to Heat. Like it's very similar.
Okay. Um, what do you think? What is your favorite scene?
Ooh, my favorite scene. I think my favorite scene was 50 Cent's character's well, his daughter's dating that son and they bring his son to that room, and that was just a funny scene, man. I love that scene.
I thought that scene was very funny. It cracks me up the both times I saw it. But my favorite scene is probably the whole entire ending. After the bank heist has happened, and we will get back into like the little aftermath of like the fight, street fight, and everything about that. We will get back to that.
Or the scene when Donnie delivers the food to the lady is like, this food is shit.
Yeah, yeah, true. But it's the realization of when Gerard Butler's sitting back in the bar
Yeah,
after it's all happening, and he like picks up keys. Like he asks the owner, like, "Where's Donnie at?" He's like, "He quit." Then he picks out the things of it hits you on the second watch, the rewatch, because the bank guys that count the money walk into the bar. You see the sign of loosely lips sink ships. So he, and this is where I connected for it. Ice Cube has been hearing this the whole entire time. Those two dudes, he knew they work at the federal bank counting money. But then we find out later on when he looks Gerard Butler's character, Big Nick, looks at the picture on top, and you see the heavy Samoan dude that was on the phone the whole entire time.
yeah,
Do you want to know what's connection? The lady with the food that was complaining, the one that's all being all sweet to him at the
yeah.
table, is in his crew also.
Oh yeah, I know.
That one of the guys at the bar when he's at the very beginning, he's like, "I'm complete control of my environment." The
Yeah,
two guys in the trash trucks as a part of his crew also. So it was a setup the whole entire time that he was the mastermind of this. You
yeah.
find out later on
Yeah, but it's
that
crazy.
he
Yeah, it's crazy
that he
that
went to.
Donnie just kills most of his crew because of this master plan too, which is wild. I mean, Big Nick does, but you know what I mean.
So I'm thinking it's a little bit of a two-way thing because of course Pablo's character told him he's like, if I'm in with you with this, it's my thing, it's my way. You can lead it, but I'm gonna get control of most of it.
Yeah,
So I don't know if it's kind of like a thing of like you kind of like a little pissed me off that I didn't get full control.
yeah. It could be like a slap to your face with it, but I was so pissed when 50 Cent died though.
First watch I was actually because he's just along with his friend because him and his friend he's with his Pablo's character because they were in the military together.
Yeah,
That's the only reason they know each other, and he's along with it.
yeah. Because like, when do you see the second one? The new crew that they use is as good as the first movie. The first crew is so much better, and I was like missing that crew while watching Den Thieves 2. Even though I like the second one a little bit better though, but we'll talk about it later when you see it.
But going back to that, just like at the very ending, um, which I did you already kind of think that Donnie was going to be the face of it because of course you already seen the. Did you ever see the trailer of Den Thieves 2 before watching this?
No,
Okay,
but
you were really shocked because that was my biggest worry for people that didn't see Den of Thieves 1 before seeing the trailer for 2 because it kind of shows that 2 kind of like Donnie is current kind of like Ari probably the mastermind of this whole plan. Um but the end shot of him in London, by the way, Osei Jackson Jr.'s accent is horrible.
yeah.
That British accent.
Funny story. He does a French accent most of. They have Thieves too, and it's pretty bad.
Don't know. Um, but just the whole thing of that ending of like you're shocked and you're like I knew there was probably gonna be a number two, and I've been waiting for this movie, waiting for
Uh,
number two to come out for
yeah.
6 years.
Yo,
Oh no, 7.
by the way, the ending of second one is gonna shock you even more, bro. It's
Oh, I
crazy.
can't wait.
It's
I am
crazy.
like, to be honest with you guys, I am the dude. Besides, of course, Chuck. Chuck loves Den of Thieves, so he was waiting for that one. I think I'm the second person, like right behind him, that was like really hyped for Den of Thieves too. I remember like all the news articles and stuff like many like years ago saying we're gonna make a sequel. We've been filming right now, and they were and they've been screening it at things, waiting for a provider to pick it up. And once Lionsgate picked it up, I'm like, hell yeah, we actually get to see this movie. They have a release day, everything. But fortunately, the snowstorm came and I haven't seen it yet. I'm definitely gonna try to see it soon. Um, hopefully either I don't know about tomorrow. Hopefully Wednesday I could see this movie. Not Wednesday, but Tuesday. Hopefully I could see it on Tuesday.
All right.
But with that being said, let's get into our best performance. Who you thought was the best performance?
It has to be Gerard Butler, man. I mean, you have the asshole cop, been the gangster dirt cop that acts so cool and stuff like that, but you have some form of comedy in there, sprinkled his performance and emotional performance, especially with the aspects of his family. Him screwed up with his family, all that jazz makes Gerard Butler's performance as Big Nick very diverse in this movie. I must say, and I think he had the best performance. But my favorite performance was 50 Cent, though. I thought 50 Cent was just a blast.
So it would be my favorite and best performance is Osei Jackson Jr. as Donnie. I think it's the thing of turning from kind of like innocent, kind of like a little rat, to finding out that he's the head honcho the whole entire time. And he was just playing everybody. He was playing the whole entire crew. He was playing Big Nick to get what he wanted, was all that money in that federal bank.
Yeah. But I also like the fact when he's getting interrogated, he's like, I don't know shit. I don't run it. I just do what they ask. Like,
That would
play.
hit you more and rewatch a lot of the things that he does, because after knowing I picked up a lot of things on this rewatch. I'm like, kind of like his like gestures and stuff, and like that interrogation scene. I'm thinking, dude, you're the whole entire like main boss over this. I'm like, you are just playing these duels at full right now that you don't know nothing.
Yeah.
But let's go back to the ending a little bit. I want to talk about the shootout scene. I
Yeah.
think that's a cool scene. What were your thoughts about that shootout scene in like the streets?
Oh, the shootout scene? Doesn't that remind you a little bit of the highway scene in Sicario?
Oh yeah,
Or
true.
am I tripping? Or
Yes,
does
I'm trying to think of Sicario. It's been about a year since we reviewed that on here. Yeah,
it
it
kind
kind of
of
is a little bit.
it kind of does low key, man. But anyways, the shootout scene was pretty good. I thought it was well shot, guns blazing. You feel the stakes. That's the main thing that a shootout scene should do is make you feel the stakes of these characters, and it does that. And we lost so many characters because of that shootout scene, and I thought it was great. I it was emotional when Paulo died. I think that one hit the most, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it is. I like the shootout scene. I think it was high. It was kind of like a dad. You know how they always say dad movies. I think a dads were like, especially that scene, or they eat. Um, it's just or just like any I know. Oh, I don't know where I'm gonna go with this. I think anybody would like this if they really like high action, like shootout scenes. This will be absolutely great. But like you said, I lie. What makes me sad? You're advertising John Woo's the killer. Um. Oh, what is he going? Oh, he's just showing every John Woo's every movie of John Woo off now.
I only two. I only got two. All right,
Okay.
not every movie. Relax. John Woo.
Wait, you don't got Silent Night?
I got Mission also too somewhere in there.
Oh, I did forget. John Woo does direct Mission Possible 2. Mission Possible 2 is great. I love Mission Possible 2. But kind of like with you, when the scene of when 50 Cent dies and when Pablo's character dies, it's really heartbreaking, especially 50 Cent. He just gets killed real quick.
Yeah, I wish he got more of a better death though. I mean, yeah.
To be honest, I wish he survived.
Yeah. Yo, you'd be such a good addition for the second movie, man. But I didn't see the Samoan actor in the second one. Or maybe he was in there. And then
I could probably pick up on my watch because I'm gonna be definitely paying attention to that whole movie, especially after like knowing what this one is. And now you said there's like the ending is like going to surprise me, so I'm gonna just like pick up everything in that movie.
By the way, there's a croissant joke in the second one that was kind of cringy but funny at the same time.
A what?
A croissant joke. Croissant.
Oh, croissant. Oh, the croissant.
Yeah, the croissant.
Oh, I can't wait for it.
Yeah, Gerard Butler is more funnier in the second one than the first one, to be honest.
It kind of does. Like this one, the second one's kind of going to have some humor in it. So into our next question, which you have already seen it, and I already kind of answered it. Because of course we're going to film this episode before you saw it, but do you think you can say it because you can technically haven't said your whole thing? Do you think that if these were 2 is going to be good, but you already seen it, so
I give it a 4-star. I loved it. It was fun. I mean, okay, funny story. This movie is 2 hours and 24 minutes, but I did not feel the runtime, to be honest. I was just engaged. I was hooked.
Did you feel the runtime on this one?
A little bit, but I didn't feel it for the second one, though. Maybe it's because it's saw in theaters. That could have been our factor, though.
Probably. But I am excited for it. I am so ready to see this and just experience this. And hopefully, I just want them, if we can land by some people I could see. I've heard that they kind of want to do a franchise with this, so I'm hoping like 2 ends off with a theme for a third one, which I'm really hoping.
Definitely setting up a third one. I don't know what to say.
Okay, they're saying. Okay. So I know this movie did not get any Oscar nominations or anything, but we can still do the box office, our Letterboxd ratings, and the Rotten Tomato scores for us. So, Bilal, what's your rating for Den of Thieves 1?
3.5.
Okay, mine's 5 stars. I love this movie. I hold it to high standards.
Dakota, you get so many movies 5 stars, bro.
I know I do, but I love movies. I just love.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing, man. I love movies too.
Can I tell you my rating system?
What?
Okay, you don't know my rating system, so I'm gonna say this.
I don't
because I've said this on Ian Colby's podcast. So any of their listeners know. They probably are listening to here too. So if you guys know, you guys know. But when I go into a movie, he's just kissing the camera now. When I go into a movie, say if the first half is bad, the second half's good, right? I have 2.5 stars. But then, if anything's good, add half stars onto it. But if anything's bad, I take half stars off. So some of my movies, like down low last year, were some 3 stars. Like even though I didn't like them for 3 stars, and even though there was like 3 stars, I still didn't like them. It's like first half was bad, second half was good, so I still do 2.5. Unlike Unfrosted deserve a half a star because that's a piece of
I,
crap.
I don't know why you watch that, bro.
Oh no, don't do that. I would recommend that nobody watch that.
Well, I'm about to see back in action soon.
To be
Cameron
honest,
Diaz.
I might just pull the trigger on that one too and just watch that.
I want to see Cameron Diaz again, man. I missed her so much. Let me be. Yeah.
So let's do our little predictions of the Rotten Tomato scores below. Let me pull up real quick here. Let's pull up these Rotten Tomato scores.
Yo, is there Glass Onion? Random questions. Glass Onion ever gonna be a physical media?
Only Criterion picks up. That's the only way Glass Onion would give physical
Hey,
copy.
Criterion, please pick up Glass Onions or their own physical.
I'm not shocked if they don't later on. I'm wondering if they're gonna wait till Wake Up Dead Man comes out and they're gonna do like a box set because I think they're gonna. I'll bet you they're gonna get the rights for the first time out soon.
Because I'm looking at my Glass Onion poster right now, and I'm like, why isn't this not physical?
I put Dune. I'm on Dune still, not Den of Thieves.
I want Raid.
Not Den of Thieves 2. What are you doing, Dakota?
I spoiled yourself for Dan Thieves 2's rating.
Okay, so what do you think the okay, we're gonna do both because I kind of want to not talk about, kind of like compare both.
Do you want my
Especially where you have seen.
Do you want my non-spoiler thoughts for Dan Thieves 2?
No, we're gonna save that for an episode. I kind of want to do an episode for Den of Thieves 2 once I watch it. So what do you? This is the first Den of Thieves we're predicting right now. You're gonna predict. What do you think the critic score is?
62.
And audience
74.
41 for critic,
Huh?
63 for audience.
Okay. Huh?
This is the first one. The second one, you want to talk about? What do you think the critic score is on the second one?
Okay, last time I sent you a screenshot, it was at 77%. So it could go down or up. 70%.
58 for critics.
How are you going for 75?
No, it's still high because some people probably have watched it.
Oh,
But it's still higher than the first week, I think.
I
It's
mean,
17%. And audience, what do you think the audience is?
75.
79.
Oh.
It's 16 higher than the first one.
But like,
Okay, to be honest with you, this movie is like, I didn't think we were going to start the movie out with a controversial movie. I've seen some people hate this movie. I've seen some people really enjoy this movie.
yeah, it's mixed.
But I think that's
I think
box
I think I know the reason why the second one is mixed is because it's a very different film from the first one.
I kind of heard it's kind of like a Fast and Furious type of movie.
I want to say Fast and Furious. I was going to say more Mission Impossible.
Mission Impossible is good though.
No. Like the missions are like Mission Impossible though. Like the high stuff are like Mission Impossible.
It's not like the grounded stuff like it was in this one, like the nitty
I
gritty.
mean,
Like the heat.
I mean, I can see what. Oh yeah, never mind. It's kind of like Fast and Furious a little bit. Mission Impossible and Fast and Furious, both. I'll say.
And of course, like this one's more is like kind of like a heat.
Yeah.
Okay, how much money do you think this movie made in the box office?
50 mil.
$80.5 million.
Ooh.
Even though it's still in theaters, how much do you think the second one has made so far?
4 mil?
20.5.
Already? 20 million?
Yeah. The budget's 40 million. So it's halfway through its budget.
It's already halfway through its budget? Oh, it's
So
definitely making a profit.
so this one was 30 million, second one's 40 million. So the second one's 10 million.
Well,
But you gotta
that
think Lionsgate also bought it. So it's part Lionsgate money in there.
I definitely understand why this second one's a higher budget because I mean you're traveling Europe, so I guess that's why it's a bigger scale film for sure. Um, After that movie, I might eat a damn croissant so bad. Oh my gosh.
Okay, you were talking. I kind of just want to say this. So you speaking of a third one, right? That
Yeah.
there might be a third one. In January 2025, Butler confirmed plans to make a third movie, saying, "I will not wait anymore," and taking partial blame for the 7-year gap between films. Because of course, it didn't. It wasn't 6. It's been 7 years between both movies. Because I think Butler produced it. Yeah, Gerard Butler did. Him and O'Shea Jackson Jr. produced it.
Yo, do you think the third one's gonna have Ice Cube in it?
I haven't seen the second one, so I don't know.
No. It's like, dude,
Could be. That would be cool though.
Ice Cube's the villain. The villain.
And the third one,
Yeah, make him the villain in the
Son versus father. But I think that's about it for Den of Thieves. Let's go into our future a little bit episodes. So for next week's Cinemac Boys reviews, guys, we're actually going to do it. It's now gaslighting. We're actually going to do I Saw the Devil.
Is this somewhere here? Is it? Give me a second.
But I was looking for I Saw the Devil.
Oh, there it is.
Yes, I Saw the Devil. We're going to be doing that for our Cinemac Boys review for next week. But for our podcast episode, we're going to do a top 10 with 5 honorable mentions. Most anticipated. We have 2 special guests on there. So technically, we already recorded that episode when we're recording this one. So this one will be dropping on Monday because it was supposed to be released today on Sunday. But then the next day, you're going to be getting that Cinematic Boys podcast episode, which is nearly 2 hours, past 2 hours long, of some really good picks. So, guys, with that being said, if you guys are new here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if you guys are watching the video version. Turn on that bell notification. And if you guys are watching the audio version, give us a rating. 5 stars if you could on Spotify and Apple. And hit that follow button if you guys are new here. But guys, with that being said, I hope you guys have a great day. And we will see you, or you guys will hear us tomorrow on the Cinematic Boys podcast episode.
All right, MBK.